Marvel Rivals will not last long. Why I think like that about Marvel Rivals, which is being successful at the moment? Well, because it belongs to the pile of another shooter game. Let's state the obvious. Marvel Rivals is a Marvel game, which they had some other games, but they weren't doing so good or weren't so appreciated enough. So it has a group of people who are going to play for characters rather for its gameplay. Second of all, people state that Marvel Rivals is the Overwatch killer, but Overwatch got ruined by the developers. Not a hot take there, in my opinion, by doing horrible decisions and going all in for microtransactions. Like, they kept doing terrible patches for characters, and character balancing wasn't making any sense, in my opinion, either. New content was also not well accepted, even better rejected. So there you have it. Marvel Rivals is actually a independent game without any goals of beating something or someone. But because it's a work of independent creators, in this case Marvel, they reproduce another shooter without any change. Marvel doesn't really know how to make games. This is the case where you have a creators which are great in one thing but horrible on the second thing. Like with Riot, they have Valorant, League of Legends, or maybe L Project. Yeah, the fighting game is actually can be pretty good. They have a variety of games, but the main League of Legends is horrible. But for some reason, Riot is making godly ass animation series, so they have another level of dedication to make animation, I guess, overdoing a better game for their community, I guess. So Marvel isn't really good at making games, I guess. And they just decided to make a shooter like every other shooter, you know? Because what really makes Marvel Rivals original? Yeah, not much. Difficulty isn't really there. Characters are simple and difficult. Yeah, they aren't on the same line, which I was surprised with. But they made Spider-Man the only master difficulty is fine to me. They made the most popular character the hardest, so they can screw you over in games. That's so fine to me. But anyway, there is competitive, but to be fair, as long as there is the main tank, the main, I guess, support. The duelists are called, I guess, so yeah. This is the only moment I felt something while playing, but for the most of the time I was submerged in my thoughts, not giving attention to the game. Maybe enjoying playing as the support, because I main Ana in Overwatch, which makes sense for me to enjoy a support character, because it made you think about healing your teammates and putting pressure on the enemy team. The support role have actually two roles, you know? They have to actually be engaged to the fight, and you have to put effort to heal your team and to put pressure on the enemy team, as I said it before. But it doesn't have the same behavior on the other classes. The tank is the most boring class, wow, surprise. Because of the overhealth they are giving them, they should have less HP or defense, but more mobility options, so that they have a limit, and a swarm of DPS or duels, I guess, which are overcomplicated for other classes. Yes, now I am saying they are overcomplicated, because they are made with too many options to choose from, which is annoying most of the time. It's better for them to play alone rather with the whole team, but in this case, every character is a tracer in some way. The tank is unkillable. You have to commit with your whole team to kill a tank. Hulk is almost unkillable, you know? I don't know what his passive is or what the fuck, but seriously, he's self-healing or something, I don't know. It's broken, okay? You can just spam and be okay. Yeah, some characters need more time and game knowledge to play with, but still not that much. I was playing Moon Knight and they seriously made the one Moon Knight meme where he said random shit go, and he doesn't actually say that, but that's a meme, and that's the fucking reality of Marvel Rivals, to be fair, you know? Like for example, Valorant made characters with the same amount of abilities. Easy to learn but hard to master. Overwatch does this pretty bad, so no, not here. Infoders 2, for example, have simple characters with simple mechanics, you know, like maybe the spy is like complex, but other than that the characters are pretty simple to understand, but again they're hard to master. Like the scout movement is hard, you know, the popular rocket jump mechanic with the soldier. And you're saying me League of Legends is one of the most competitive like esports games? Seriously? The one thing you do there is just spam the freaking, I don't know what are called the abilities, I guess. The same thing is for Marvel Rivals. It's only popular because you can play freaking Spider-Man, okay? Let's be fair, okay? So what maybe is the case with Marvel Rivals is actually to be a tune game rather a sweat game, which would make more sense, because I don't see a point in mastering this game, where of course you can, but it will not affect the gameplay for others and you either. I know that you guys are going to say, but hey, coachy, probably because you're biased and you don't want to admit that Overwatch is dying and stuff. Yeah, in some percent I think that. And I'm not going to lie, you know, like I'm going to say what I think, you know. I'm not going to stay with the bigger side, I'm going to share my opinion. Like sure, you cannot agree, you know, with me, that's a normal thing. This is just my opinion about Marvel Rivals, you know. So for not expanding this further, in short, Marvel Rivals is a regular game which will die eventually, like every game. So that's it for today, and yeah, I don't know when. Yo, fuck off, I don't know. Yo.